Right on time. Excellent. It's been exactly 12 hours since we administered the drug. I trust your dreams were pleasant, Big Boss.
What are you talking about?
Oh, please drop the act. I know all about you, boss. Or would you prefer I called you Naked Snake?
Sounds like you've got the right guy. Who are you?
My name is Lieutenant Cunningham. Until 4 weeks ago, I was with the CIA.
Cunningham? Fox Unit's interrogation specialist?
Ah, so you have heard of me. I'm honored, Snake.
And those guys who attacked me, they were Fox too?
Yeah, although we'll leave it at that for now.
What do you want from me? I'm retired from Fox. I'm guessing this isn't a social call, or you wouldn't have brought the goons.
Retired? Yeah, I suppose you are to the outside world. Don't worry. I'm not here to give you a new mission. I just want to ask you one simple question. 6 years ago, as a member of Fox, you prevented a full-scale nuclear war. You were hailed as a true patriot, given the title of Big Boss by the President. And then you turned right around and quit the unit, threw aside your rank, your good name. Mysterious, don't you think? What did you see out there on your mission? What did you see in Grozny Grad? Where is the legacy?
You mean the philosopher's legacy?
Yes, the secret cache of funds amassed by the Big Three during the Second World War. Where is it?
If you're looking for the legacy, try the CIA. They're the ones who took it after the mission 6 years ago.
Simply apply the right type of pain to the right degree at just the right location. It's always been my policy for persuasion, and I found it to be quite effective. The CIA only recovered half of the legacy from the Soviets after Operation Snake Eater. And you know where the other half went.
The CIA only got half?
You can drop the act. You defeated the boss and returned alive, so you must know where the other half of the legacy is. And now, you're gonna tell me, Snake?
Don't have a clue.
That's too bad. Because I'd hate to have to continue persuading you like this, comrade. No matter. We have plenty of time. Sooner or later, I'm sure it'll all come back to you.
Wait. This isn't an official mission, is it? What happened to Major Zero? Tell me the truth, Cunningham.
This is an official Fox mission. For now.
Well, I'll be damned. It is Snake. Or should I say, Big Boss. Are you the real deal?
You know me?
Are you kidding? You're a legend in the Black Ops world.
Black Ops.
What's a hero like you doing in a place like this?
Beats me. I'd like to find out myself. Where are we anyway? Near the equator from the looks of it. If I had to guess, I'd say South America.
You got it, Big Boss. The San Jeronimo Peninsula, to be exact. Known to the locals as La Peninsula de los Muertos, the Peninsula of the Dead. It's off the coast of central Colombia, more or less directly south of Cuba.
Never heard of it.
You wouldn't have. It doesn't show up on any conventional maps. It's under Red Army control.
The Red Army? In Colombia?
In 1964, the Russians provided military aid to FARC, Colombia's biggest rebel faction. And in return, FARC gave them this land.
1964, the year of the Virtuous Mission.
2 years prior, the Russians failed in their attempt to build an intermediate-range ballistic missile base in Cuba. Had they succeeded in deploying nuclear-equipped IRBMs inside Cuba, every major American city would have been within range.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Exactly. In the end, the Russians gave up on the idea of deploying missiles in Cuba. But rumor had it that they were looking for a new site, one where they could build a base in secret.
And that place was the San Jeronimo Peninsula.
Yeah. Well, not exactly. Apparently, the plans for this missile base were abandoned before it was built.
Abandoned?
Due to détente. Both the US and the Soviet Union are having trouble financing their enormous military budgets, and they can't afford to keep waging the Cold War like they did in the 60s. Last year, they began conducting the strategic arms limitation talks with the goal of limiting each country's number of ballistic missiles.
Meaning no more need to build a new missile base.
Right. But as you can see, they'd already completed part of the facility. We were sent in to investigate what was going on. Before we could do that, they ambushed us. They, the Fox unit. My team was wiped out in the blink of an eye. I fear I'm the only survivor.
What's the Fox unit doing in a Soviet base?
Not a clue. I'd have expected you to know more about it than me.
I'm not with Fox anymore.
I see. Anyway, that's all I've got.
All right. Hold on. I'll get you out of there.
It's no use. I've tried over and over. You need a special key to unlock the cell door. Right now, you've got to get out of here. Head 5 clicks southeast of the detention center, and you should reach a communications base. I need you to call in a rescue, if you can.
Rescue?
You should be able to make contact with the States using the satellite uplink, but the circuit will most likely be monitored. If only you could use some kind of encrypted transmission.
Someone capable of receiving an encrypted protocol that they can't listen in on.
Any ideas?
I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off, but there's one thing I could try.
Great. I'm counting on you, Big Boss.
Call me Snake.
It's been an honor, Snake. The name's Campbell. Roy Campbell. Good luck. Huh?
Who's that?
HQ,
This is HQ.
this is Patrol. The enemy is attacking from an unknown position.
Acknowledged. Keep your eyes open.
Who's that? What was that? Who's that? happened? Huh? What was that? Just my imagination.
You heal up pretty quick. Quick thinker, too. They trained you well. You're a good soldier.
Who are you?
Call me Snake.
Snake? Is that a code name? You must be with the Americans. Are you with the Fox unit too?
I'm not with the Americans or with Fox. I'm just a soldier.
Just a soldier? Then why?
We're here to stop Fox unit from going renegade. A member of Fox named Gene betrayed the US government and stole a top-secret weapon. He plans to use that weapon and the warheads in this base as bargaining chips to negotiate with your country. But blackmail is more like it. We're here to put a stop to it. Our mission is to free the soldiers of the San Geronimo Peninsula from Gene's control and capture the traitors in the Fox unit. I can understand if you're afraid of Fox, but we need others to help us free the Soviet soldiers on this peninsula. Will you join us?
You're here to save us? And you want me to help you defeat Gene?
What's so funny? You think he's been brainwashed?
Brainwashed? Is that what you think is happening here? A fine joke. But I'm afraid you two have it all wrong. Wrong. We didn't rebel because of Gene. Our country betrayed us first. We have stood guard over this god-forsaken base, unable to reach our friends and loved ones because of the secrecy of our mission. The climate was brutal. The meals were meager. We watched as our comrades succumbed to disease or died fighting the Colombian government. And still, we went on carrying out our mission, believing our efforts were all for the good of the motherland. And how did the motherland reward us? By stabbing us in the back.
You're talking about the Kremlin's policy shift. If the existence of this base came to light, the political fallout with the United States could fatally undermine Moscow's position in the strategic arms limitation talks that Brezhnev is promoting. That's why
we have no use for political rationales. What matters to us is that Mother Russia wiped this base from existence. But instead of allowing us to return home, the army erased all traces of communication and cut off our supplies. They sought to isolate the peninsula and make it look like this was all the work of a few out-of-control soldiers. We were abandoned by our own country.
That's why you decided to follow Gene?
Gene told us he would build us a nation. A nation not of soldiers, but for them. We do not follow Gene out of fear. He will deliver us justice. The only thing we fear is losing that justice. That's why we follow him, not you. You'll never be able to stop him.
Justice, huh? The meaning of justice can change from one day to the next. A professional soldier never brings justice into the mission. The only ones who need a reason to fight are the ones who fight for a living. That's what my mentor told me. Politics are fickle. They change with the times. So long as we remain loyal to our countries, soldiers like us need nothing to believe in. She died out of loyalty. Not to justice, not to her country. To herself, for the mission.
Your mentor, the one who taught you the art of battle. Who was she?
They called her the boss. I killed her.
The boss? The legendary soldier? Then Snake, you must be Big Boss. You're the hero who killed Colonel Volgin at Groznygrad.
Prove your loyalty as a soldier. That's what the boss told me. I still don't know what she meant.
Prove your loyalty. Not to justice, Not to your country, but to yourself. Does Jean truly plan to threaten the motherland?
Yes. Snake procured documents from a patrol station that confirm as much. If launched from this base, the weapon Jean stole could deliver a devastating blow to every major city in Russia. I know it's hard to believe.
No. I believe you. Not as a member of the Red Army, but as a soldier.
I appreciate it.
I will follow you. Snake, give me my mission.
This is Patrol. Enemy sighted.
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
What the? Did you see something? The enemy's here! Huh? 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 HQ!
What happened? What's going on out there?
It's a list of outgoing materials. Heading for a lab. Huh.
Where are the escapees? Why haven't they been caught? If they get away, I promise you'll regret it. Enough of this! Call Python. Get him back here. He'll lead the search team, and make sure this lab stays secure.
What's happening to me?
What's his status?
We're currently reinitializing his memory and readjusting his sensory nerves in the culture tank. By my estimate, it'll take another 12 hours, at least.
Half a day? He has to be readjusted after each deployment. Not much better than a prototype, a test subject.
My apologies, sir. The culture fluid takes time to prepare. With such limited equipment and personnel, readjusting Null isn't...
I know. That's why I brought along a specialist.
Chief? But...
The escaped prisoners have yet to be found. This could be just the job for our perfect soldier. We'll roll out the tank as soon as the fluid's stabilized. Make all necessary preparations.
Yes, sir.
Commander.
Yes, I know. Cunningham. Don't move.
Huh?
Commander! Lieutenant! Are you all right?
We're fine.
Please forgive me, Commander. Are you hurt?
Don't worry. Fate would never see me hurt. Now, lie still and try not to move. This man needs medical attention. I apologize for any sense of urgency. Please don't think for even a moment that I hold your work, or yourselves, in any but the highest of regards. This facility you are helping to build is absolutely vital to the strong roots of our new nation. But never forget that you, yourselves, are no less valuable a resource to that nation. A nation that will house the mightiest, most capable military ever seen by man. Warriors in their prime. We will end an era that sees soldiers discarded like tools and strike war from the menu of global politics. And it is you, soldiers, military engineers, who are her first citizens. Our nation's riches and its fighting spirit. I only pray that such priceless resources do not be sacrificed in vain.
So that's Gene. That voice. And the premonition. Is that ESP? What is this? It's him.
Who's there? Can't you read the sign? It says do not enter. You.
A kid? What are you doing here?
I'm in charge.
You? In charge?
You there! Search upstairs! The rest of you, we'll sweep the prep chamber.
This way, Snake. Hide there, in that locker.
What?
Just do it. What's going on here? The preparation chamber is for authorized personnel only.
Miss Elisa, are you alone? Have you seen anything suspicious around here?
No. Is there something wrong?
We received a report that there's an intruder in the lab. Someone also reported seeing a suspicious truck nearby.
Well, there's no one here. Just me. And him. You're disturbing his sleep. I'll have to ask you to leave.
Yes, ma'am.
If you see the intruder, please notify us immediately.
Now I've seen it all. A little girl in charge of an outfit like this. Why did you help me?
I don't know. I just got this feeling that I needed to.
And how do you know my name? Are you with the Fox unit too?
No?
But your uniform... It's not like that. When I saw you at the heliport with Cunningham and the others...
That was my sister.
Sister?
Her name is Ursula. She's the one who's a member of Fox. I'm just a medic.
You're pretty young.
Well, you were out on the battlefield when you were my age, weren't you, Snake? Or should I say, big boss? Ursula and I were raised in an East German lab. They sent all the kids with ESP potential there to study them. My powers are pretty weak, but Ursula is different. She's one of the most powerful psychics in all the communist world. Through special training, Ursula gained great power, but in doing so lost everything that makes her human. So much so that she can't even talk with me anymore. 4 years ago, Gene took us away from East Germany. He was on a mission from Fox. The CIA wanted to get its hands on ESP from the communist bloc.
And then you joined his little revolution.
Yes, that's right.
So, this is what you were calling the perfect soldier. Does he have ESP too?
No, he's just an ordinary human being. That is, he used to be. He was raised in a special way, under very special conditions, to be a great warrior. He's incapable of emotions, or doubts. He's the ultimate combatant, created with one purpose only, to accomplish the mission. He has no human memories. The only thing he has left are his skills in battle.
No memories?
Each time he completes a mission, he undergoes readjustment, like this. Inside the culture tank, all 5 senses are shut out completely. Most men would go mad in minutes. Like a baby who's coming into the world for the first time, the perfect soldier's sensors are honed to a razor sharpness. He can read the enemy's movements and learn them faster than any normal person ever could.
What kind of person could endure that kind of extreme training?
Nobody, of course. The Perfect Soldier project ended in failure and was abandoned. He was the only success. That's why they gave him the code name Null. He's a lost number. He has no feelings and no memories, not even a project number. Don't even think about fighting him. You can't possibly win, Snake.
You could be right about that.
Or you could shoot him now, but you'll have to go through me.
I'm no assassin. Shooting a soldier with their guard down isn't my style.
You're a good man, Snake. I knew you were. Here, take this. It's a drug for treating chloroquine-resistant malaria.
How'd you know?
It's time. Bring the tank out. I trust the readjustments are complete.
Sorry, it'll just be a little longer.
I'll send a man in to meet you. Hurry it up.
You can get outside through here. Head for the harbor. You'll find what you're looking for there.
You must be psychic or something.
One last thing, Snake. If you find Ursula in front of you, don't hesitate. Shoot her.
Shoot your sister?
If you can't do that, you're already dead.
All right, next time, let's try for a more upbeat prophecy.
This is HQ.
Control! Enemy sighted! Requesting backup!
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
What was that? What the? Who's that? HQ.
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
What's that? What's that?
What the? Nothing here. What was that? Who's that? HQ.
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. The enemy is attacking from an unknown position.
Acknowledged. Keep your eyes open.
What happened? Who's that?
of my collection.
Well, if it isn't Colonel Skaronsky. I'd heard you were on the run, but to think a base commander such as yourself would be caught hiding in a place like this.
Shut up! You think you scoundrels can just do as you please on my base? As soon as my reinforcements arrive from Russia, we will crush you like the vermin you are. We will teach you whose base this really is. The same goes for that bastard Gene as well.
Pathetic. Is it hard, being an officer that is, when no one follows your orders?
Silence! What are you? You're a monster!
You try to kill a man, and call him monster? Such crude behavior.
Damn it! My arm!
I'd heard an intruder was lurking about here, and here I find I've come all this way for nothing. I'd been hoping to see the face of an old friend, wasn't I? Snake? My raison d'etre. You're not worth killing. But I can't have you wandering around like this. There. That should hold you.
How dare you put me in a cage like a cow?
Be quiet. The lock should melt sometime before you starve to death. Best to save your strength.
Python, you're alive.
Who's there? Have you come back to kill me, Yankee dog? Guards! To my side! Eliminate the intruder! This is a direct order from Colonel Skaronsky! You're not the same man as before. Do not worry. My orders fall upon deaf ears anyway. 4 weeks. It's been 4 weeks since that whelp Gene arrived here. And in those 4 weeks, everything has changed.
Aren't there any soldiers still loyal to you?
You must be joking. Wouldn't you like to know how in just 4 weeks, that man was able to bring the entire peninsula under his control?
He announced he was building a mercenary nation, right? A country of soldiers.
Ha! A mercenary nation? Preposterous! This piper has them all dancing to his tune. But I won't be fooled. His methods are simpler. His tools lie deep in the hearts of all men. Greed, and that which lays beneath it. Fear. He simply reaches beyond the impenetrable wall that guards men's hearts, and then strikes! Strikes at their most vulnerable point. Fear. Yes, fear.
Fear?
Compared with the fear that man brought with him, that puny weapon you carry is harmless. You have no idea. No idea how terrible that man truly is.
Fear, huh? Lavochkin, LA-5. What's a World War II fighter doing here?
It's a part of my collection. Once the king of Russian fighters, it could hold its own against the Focke-Wulf and the Messerschmitt.
Were you a fighter pilot?
Indeed I was. Yes, a fighter. If only I had a MiG. Or a Sukhoi. I would riddle Gene's body with holes this very day. Somebody! Anybody! Bring me a plane! A plane!
happened?
You should be more careful, Snake. The inner walls of this storage facility are more fragile than they look. With the way you planted that bomb, the blast would have been far too powerful. You would have ended up cutting off your own escape route. You're so focused on completing the mission that you neglected your own personal safety. Nasty habits are hard to kick. Hey, Snake.
Python, you dismantled the bomb, but you couldn't have had enough time.
Time? I had plenty. All I had to do was flash freeze the detonator, and poof! No more explosion. Sure is hot in here.
Python, so you were alive all this time. What happened to your body?
It has been a while, Snake. How long's it been since our last mission together? Nearly 10 years? We were both so very young back then.
Yeah, when the boss vanished, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. You were there to save me. You were one of the few people I could always count on in battle. But I thought you were dead. You were wounded on that top-secret mission in Vietnam.
Yes, I was. At one point, I was within an inch of death. My body lost the ability to regulate its temperature. Left unchecked, it would rise continuously, uncontrollably. Eventually, my body would literally burn itself up. Without this suit and its liquid nitrogen filling, I wouldn't be able to survive more than half a day. But this suit has also made me a superior soldier. Look at this stage I control. Not even your famous CQC will work on me.
But Python, why? You're a good man. Why join Gene's rebellion?
It's my salvation, Snake. Do you have any idea why the CIA let me live this long? They're afraid of you, Snake. You're a legend. A hero. You bested the boss. The CIA knows it. So they searched for a soldier strong enough to take you down if you ever betrayed them. They chose me. I'm the anti-Snake. And I'm the one man who can break you! Ever since I came back to Fox, I've been sent to do nothing but wet works, so as to keep my assassin instincts nice and sharp. Can you recall those you've killed in battle, Snake? I do. I have nightmares about them, nearly every night. They won't leave me alone. But I've spilled far too much blood by now to ever make amends. The nightmares end today!
Python, don't!
I've been waiting for this moment. The moment when we could meet each other face to face on the battlefield as enemies. Snake, after I've killed you, my purpose will be fulfilled. Let's go! Weapons frozen. Better thaw it out. Ah! Amazing, Snake. I can see why. The CIA was afraid of you. Now I'll never have to take another life. Looks like I got my salvation after all.
That's enough, Python. No more talk.
What do you think you're doing, Snake?
I'm trying to keep the liquid nitrogen from leaking out of your suit.
Don't do it, Snake. You can't. Your arms will freeze solid before it.
Same Python as ever. Going gets rough, and he gets all hot under the collar.
What?
You still owe me money from our last poker game. I can't have you dying on me yet.
Here I am, still watching your ass. Remember this, Snake. I followed Gene because he promised redemption. But soldiers like us won't find redemption in the good of the nation or the hatred of an enemy. Soldiers need a hero. They need a man for whom they can gladly risk their lives. Can you bear the burden of knowing that you hold your men's lives in your hands, Snake? If not, you'll never beat Gene.
Who's that? HQ!
This is HQ.
HQ!
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
Who's that? HQ!
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. We've lost sight of the enemy. Commence alert formation.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby.
Who's that?
Intruder detected. Releasing perfect soldier. Number, Null. Take him into custody.
So, this is Null, the perfect soldier. What is this guy?
Take.
Why? Why do you still live?
What the hell's he talking about?
No man can meet the perfect soldier in battle and survive, but you won't die. Why?
These moves. I know these moves. It was in Mozambique.
Stay right where you are, Snake. Hey, you've been quite a handful, I'll give you that. Good work, perfect soldier. Your mission is complete. Your mission is over, Null. At ease. Shush. Only a puppet after all.
enemy!
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. We've lost sight of the enemy. Commence alert formation!
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby.
Answer me. Answer me.
Who's that? The enemy's here!
HQ!
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. Enemy sighted. Commencing attack!
Acknowledged. Eliminate all enemies. This is HQ.
This is Patrol. We've lost sight of the enemy. Commence alert formation!
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby.
Answer me.
Looks like you've done quite a number on this one. Intel extracted via physical torture is unreliable. It has always been my understanding that a skilled interrogator doesn't have to resort to inflicting pain on his subject.
You're right, Commander. But it all depends on the time and the place. This man used to be a member of Fox. For him, this doesn't even qualify as torture. I was simply saying hello.
I see. As a fellow Fox, you know his limits. Still, it's not easy getting information out of him, is it, Cunningham?
He is a tough one, I'll give him that. But his resilience will be his undoing. This time, I'll get the location of the remaining legacy, for sure.
Can you do it?
It's not part of my normal regimen, but there is a way.
Drugs? Truth serum won't work on a member of Fox.
While he was away from the battlefield, they developed a new formula.
Confessions extracted via truth serum can't be trusted. More so if you're using a stronger formula. He could fall apart before you even have the chance to question him. You know that as well as I. Why the hurry, Cunningham?
It seemed the ideal way to handle it, from an efficiency perspective.
All right then, but I want to talk to him first.
Be my guest. Truth serums also have an anesthetic effect. If I use it before he recovers his strength, I can't make him hurt. Let's let him taste the fear a little while longer.
You've been awake all this time. You'd make a formidable opponent. I can see now why you've inherited the title of boss. And yet, you are troubled. Who are you loyal to? Why do you fight? What is a country? A soldier? Have you lost sight of these things? That's why you retired from Fox. But here you are back on the battlefield. Once you've inherited the soul of a warrior, you can never leave the battlefield. Allow me to share a story. This whole business about stealing Metal Gear, it was all a setup from the beginning. The idea was the CIA's. They were planning to give the American-developed Metal Gear to the Russians, giving the enemy a new weapon of their own design. And do you know why? Enlighten me. To prolong the Cold War. The failure of its planned economy has left the Soviet Union's finances in shambles. On top of that, thanks to the boss's work 6 years ago, they lost the philosopher's legacy. The Russians can no longer sustain the massive military spending demanded by the Cold War. And now America, in addition to acquiring the legacy, has succeeded in deploying MIRVs in battle, and is moving to cement her military superiority through the ongoing strategic arms limitation talks. At this rate, the global balance of power will soon collapse, and before long the Cold War will have ended. And when that happens, the CIA's importance will have diminished considerably.
The CIA is giving Metal Gear to the Russians to maintain the balance of power?
Metal Gear is a weapon far more advanced than any MIRV. It would be a most valuable trump card for Moscow. One that would render SALT irrelevant. The world would move away from compromise and accommodation, and once again split in two. The age of soldiers and spies would continue. Fox's orders from the CIA were not to guard Metal Gear during transport, but to steal it, and then to pretend to defect to the Soviet Union. A clever plan on the part of the CIA, all designed to protect its organizational interests.
No way. I don't believe it.
This is what you call your country.
So that's why you staged a rebellion.
I will create a world I desire. Just as soldiers have need of talented officers, men have need of talented leaders. Leaders capable of granting guidance to the world. I was created for that purpose.
Created?
Have you heard of the Successor Project?
No.
It was a top-secret experiment conducted by the US government. Its goal, to create the ultimate battlefield commander. The skills to wage war, the aptitude for strategy, the endurance to return from battle alive, and the charisma to overwhelm and master the hearts of soldiers. My voice is endowed with a special power. Another product of the Successor Project. And the soldier they chose as the model leader was none other than the legend herself, the Boss. The Boss? I received these gifts. I inherited them. Snake, you inherited the title of Boss. You were her last disciple. You and I are like brothers, and as such, I couldn't possibly kill you now. Make yourself comfortable, brother, for you're about to witness the creation of my new world. It's me. Somehow I knew it would be you. Yes, negotiations with the Kremlin were a success. They won't interfere with what's about to happen. I must thank you for all your help. When they saw the trajectory data for Metal Gear, they knew that this was no bluff. The CIA must be in a state of total panic about now. All part of your plan, I presume. Tell me something, though. You couldn't possibly have obtained the data on your own, would you? There must be someone backing you. Who is it? Never mind. I've got a fairly good idea who it is. The man with the same code name as Null. But you do realize you're betraying your employer, don't you? Just what is it you've got in mind? You're not using me, are you? No matter. We'll meet again. In a new world. One of my own creation. Until then, my friend. Ocelot. What is it? What's happened?
Pardon us, sir, but the perfect soldier, he's...
No.
What's the meaning of this?
I must complete my mission.
Stand down, Null.
Not yet. He lives. I have not completed my mission.
You mean Snake? He's been captured. Your mission is complete. Stand down, Null.
No. Why won't you die, Snake? Out of my way. I'll kill him. I must kill him. I must kill...
You will follow my orders, perfect soldier.
soldier. I am your commander. Take him to the preparation chamber. The perfect soldier has his memory reset after every mission. And yet, after a single skirmish, you managed to instill such strong emotions in him, Snake.
Answer me.
Hi there. I brought you some dinner, and some for the prisoner, too.
Thank you. Awfully nice of you to come all this way just to bring me a meal.
Don't mention it. Say, mind if I talk to the prisoner for a little while? I want to meet the man who fought the perfect soldier and live to tell about it. Don't mind me, just enjoy your supper.
Huh? But...
Please try to understand. When a girl's life is on the line, sometimes she longs for a strong man.
Go ahead.
Can you do me a favor and look the other way for a while? Looks like you've really been through the ringer, Snake. But I'm glad to see you're alive. I never thought you'd actually survive a fight with Null. Let's see if we can't get you patched up. Eat your dinner. Don't worry, it's not drugged or anything. Don't move, Snake. And keep quiet, okay? Can you hear me?
Is this telepathy?
Shh. Not so loud. Just be quiet and listen. I don't have enough power to talk for very long. Gene has begun preparations for Metal Gear's ballistic launch. He's given the orders to start loading the nuclear warheads.
What? It's still too early. Did the negotiations break down?
I don't know. Not even Ursula and I can know what's running through Gene's mind. As to why he's negotiating with both the US and the Soviet Union, your guess is as good as mine. I think he may be preparing to use Metal Gear right now, no matter how the talks turn out. But I can't stop him. Not by myself. Not while he has Ursula on his side. You're the only one I can count on. They've probably taken Metal Gear from the harbor to the assembly plant so they can load the warheads. If you destroy it now, you can at least prevent Gene from launching a nuclear attack.
Why are you telling me this?
I saw a vision of you destroying Metal Gear. My premonitions don't always come true. But I do know that you've got a chance to prevent nuclear holocaust.
Can you get me out of here?
Not right now. Be patient. Your luck will change soon.
Well, that makes me feel better. I'm practically smiling. On the inside.
All good things come to those who wait.
Okay, Chief, time to wrap it up.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I guess I got a little too into it.
Into it.
This is our little secret, okay? Don't tell anybody. Please, Snake. You have to believe.
What the? Nothing here. Answer me. What?
save me? You didn't even know if I was still alive. Why'd you put yourself in danger like that?
Because you're our boss. Besides, we knew you wouldn't let yourself get killed in a place like this.
But saving me's not gonna...
We need you. Don't forget that, Snake.
All right, let's get out of here. I know where Metal Gear is. Our business here is finished.
Roger that, boss. There's a passageway up ahead that's only lightly guarded.
Into the line, Snake. These are capable men you lead, Snake. I never thought a Fox agent, a specialist in solo sneaking missions no less, would have his comrades come rescue him. My mistake. You nearly slipped through my fingers. I must remember to thank Ursula.
Ursula? The precog working for Jean.
She's a mystery to me, but she does have her uses. Anyway, now that we're both here, we can get on with the questioning. The legacy, where is it? I know you stole the KGB's half. Now tell me where it is!
The KGB? What are you talking about?
Still playing at denial. Have it your way. Your men die by my hand one by one until you change your mind. Stop! Where's the philosopher's legacy? Where is it?
I don't know! Stop it! I don't know anything, I swear!
You're lying! You must know where the legacy is. The Pentagon told me.
The Pentagon? Why are you so concerned about what's happened to the legacy, Cunningham? What's your stake in this?
Enough! You'd better start giving me some answers, or else. You!
Snake, get in.
Elisa, why are you...
Hurry.
Go on without me, boss. Hurry.
Quit your whining. The bullets went straight through. Now get up.
Don't just stand there. Stop them!
Okay, step on it. Looks like we shook them off.
Yeah. Glad to see you're still in one piece, Snake.
How's our wounded?
I'm not the world's best field medic, but his condition looks stable.
Good.
I thought you specialized in solo missions, but it looks like you can lead a squad too.
Knock it off.
Hey, Snake, who's the dame?
This is Elisa. She helped us escape.
You got one of Jean's soldiers to join our side? Just out of curiosity, how exactly did you manage to get a girl like this? Don't you think she's a little young? I mean, another 5 years and she'll be a real knockout of a woman, but...
Let's go, Snake. We should check on the location of the plant while it's still dark out. The lights should tell us exactly where it's located.
Right. You lead the way. Elisa, about what Campbell was saying.
You mean about waiting another 5 years?
That's not what I meant. I mean, the reason why you betrayed Jean and saved me. You never told me.
Haven't I already explained this to you? I want you to destroy Metal Gear.
I thought you were loyal to Jean.
I thought so too. At first. Even now, I'm still grateful to him. In East Germany, Ursula and I were used like guinea pigs. He saved us from that. But the communists, the Americans, they're all the same. All the military wanted was to know the secret of our ESP. They only wanted us so they could use our ESP in war. So once again, I ran away with Jean.
Then why did you end up betraying him?
It was the nukes. No one should ever be allowed to use nuclear warheads. Not ever. I'm a victim of the atomic bomb, Snake. My parents were nuclear physicists working in the Soviet Union. There was an accident at the Kishtim facility, and they were killed in the ensuing explosion.
Kishtim? The nuclear disaster in the Ural Mountains.
Yes. And Ursula and I suffered the after effects. It still haunts me in my dreams. I see my parents dying in the explosion. I see the ashes of death falling from the sky. Soon afterwards, we gained our abilities, right after we were sent back to our country.
I've been exposed too. The tests at Bikini Atoll.
I know. Somehow, I could tell.
Is that why you saved me?
Perhaps. I think I probably wanted to leave some hope for the future. With this body, I'll never be able to have children of my own. So instead, I'm placing my hopes in you.
Why me?
I just think you'll make a great father someday.
Elisa, I'm sorry, but I'll never be a father.
This is the place. We should be able to see the plant's location from here.
So, that's where they're storing Metal Gear.
I think so.
Something's not right. It's pretty late at night for them to still be working. It might be worth checking out.
Right. And Null's still undergoing readjustment. With me gone, it'll take a few days to get him prepped. Now's our chance.
Then the only thing we have to look out for is Cunningham.
No. Jean is the one you should really be afraid of. The Successor Project was designed to produce a battle commander capable of commanding the perfect soldier. I've never actually seen Jean fight, but I think his reflexes may be even faster than Null's. And his battle technique is patterned after the boss herself.
Must have taken some guts to turn on him. Are you afraid?
Yes, but I believe in you, Snake. My sister foresaw you plunging the world into fear. I foresaw you stopping Metal Gear. It was the first time in our lives our visions weren't one and the same. I believe in you.
You better get back. Once we catch our breath, we're heading straight for the plant.
What's that? Huh?
So this is Metal Gear.
Okay, let's hurry up and plant these bombs.
You're not getting away from me this time, Snake.
Jean. Metal Gear.
What? Who?
Missed! But what power! This weapon. No one will make an exile of me! Watch, you worthless turncoats! Watch as I teach this rebel-rouser a lesson! Get out, you intruders! This base is mine!
It's him.
Colonel Skoronsky?
Damn it! Why won't it move?
Freeze, Gene. Kind of an anticlimactic way to end it, huh? That's your trump card? Tell your men to throw down their weapons.
Trump card? You certainly put on a great sideshow, Snake. Even I didn't see Skoronsky coming. As a token of my appreciation, allow me to share with you my true trump card.
What?
Wake up, Ursula.
Elisa!
No. Ursula, don't. Snake, shoot me.
Elisa, what are you talking about?
Hurry, Snake. You have to shoot me before Ursula awakens. Shoot now. If you don't, I'll...
I'll kill you, Snake. Kill you before you spawn your accursed snake children.
Psychokinesis.
Ursula and Elisa were originally one personality, but in the process of artificially augmenting her mental powers, they split into two. Ursula gained the greater powers at the expense of her emotions. That Metal Gear may be only an incomplete prototype, but dear Ursula more than makes up for its shortcomings.
How does it move like that? It's like it's not a machine at all. Elisa, stop! Elisa, get out of there! Elisa, I'm sorry.
He beat Metal Gear. Metal Gear, done in by a flesh and blood human being. So that's Big Boss. It's all over. Our nation will never be built.
Wonderful! Only you could have destroyed Russia with Ursula at its helm. I can see now why you caught Ocelot's eye.
Major Ocelot from Gru? What does he have to do with this?
I like you, Snake. You're a fascinating man.
Enough! It's over, Gene. I destroyed your Metal Gear. You can't blackmail the world with nuclear attack anymore. Give it up. You're finished.
You destroyed my Metal Gear? Why, Snake, whatever do you mean?
What? Ghost, this isn't a good time.
Snake, it's not over. Not yet. That was not the ballistic launch Metal Gear. That was Metal Gear Russia, produced for performance evaluation. It was a test model!
Test model? Sokolov, you're alive. Of course. So you're the Ghost. You designed the Shagohod, so naturally you'd know about Granin's Metal Gear too. That's why.
Ah. So it was you who was feeding Snake information, Sokolov. Of all people, I never thought you would betray me.
Yes, you did rescue me from that prison camp in Russia. Thanks to you, I was reunited with my family. For a little while at least. I will always be grateful to you for that. But launching Metal Gear into Russia, that I cannot condone. I simply could not bear to see my own creation turned against the motherland.
And so you collaborated with Snake. Sokolov, you designed the world's first nuclear-armed tank. You're a rocket scientist. You defected to the United States and participated in the development of Metal Gear. Surely you must have known that one day it would be used against the Soviet Union.
That's the real Metal Gear?
Yes. Russia was a decoy. Ursula bought us plenty of time.
Gene, stop!
Shoot me if you like, Snake. But ask yourself this. Are you worthy enough to pull the trigger? You've inherited the title of boss, yet you've never stopped to think about the future you want to see.
What?
Soldiers, hear my words! The Cold War will soon be over, for the United States and the Soviet Union no longer have the strength or the authority to shape the world as they see fit. Even as America sinks deeper into the quagmire of the Vietnam War, her allies in the West have achieved tremendous economic growth. And with the collapse of its planned economy, Russia can no longer keep up with the financial demands of her vast army. But the end of the Cold War does not mean that peace will follow. Freed from the domination of the world's superpowers, nationalism will soon be the driving force behind global politics. And the ever-widening gap between rich and poor will fan the flames of hatred between nations. Nuclear weapons will slip from the superpowers' grasp and spread throughout the world. Soon, no one will know when or where the nukes will come from. Today's ally may be tomorrow's bitter enemy. Or worse, the time may come when soldiers of the same country will kill their brothers, just like you are now. Who of you can say that tomorrow you won't be aiming your rifles at your neighbors, your comrades, your families?
Stop it, Gene!
Is there no one who has a grudge against you? No one who mocks you? No one who really needs you? Is there truly no one out there who would kill you?
Knock it off, Gene!
One of my men is standing amongst you right now. His instructions are to kill you for your betrayal.
He's lying! Don't listen to him!
He's gonna kill us! He's going to kill us!
Hey! Get a hold of yourself! Snap out of it!
Your enemy is standing right beside you. Is it you? Or perhaps you? This planet is like a giant bomb. See how easily it blows itself to bits with a single nuclear warhead. Or rather, a single bullet. There he is. It's the enemy.
Who's shooting? Who's shooting? The bastard shot him.
Stop! Cease fire! Make it stop, Gene!
If you want them to stop, then why not stop them yourself, Snake? Metal Gear is ready to launch. I have no further need of this plant.
So you kill your own men?
I don't have to kill anyone. These men are quite capable of doing it themselves. Humans are fragile, foolish, violent creatures. See for yourself, Snake. See what mankind truly is.
Snake! Look out!
fast! The enemy's...
Huh?
Whoa!
dead. Null!
I didn't hear anything about using the perfect soldier, did you? He's supposed to be undergoing readjustments!
Where is he? Where is that man? I found you. Tell me, why are you still alive? I used to get dreams about my comrades. They'd come save me with strong arms and laughing voices. When I woke up, I had nothing. No joy, no sorrow, no hatred, no memory. When I wake up from the darkness, all I see are the bodies of men I've killed, lying in front of me. My memory is riddled with corpses. I know. Everybody dies. Crime, disease, accidents, war. No matter how noble a person you are, no matter how good a soldier, there are no exceptions. Even if I don't kill them, they die. This world is full of death, and yet you won't be killed. Why? Why do you still live? What do you hope to accomplish by living?
I know your name.
Name?
It was 4 years ago, in Mozambique. There was a child soldier fighting with a guerrilla group in the struggle for independence. He killed dozens of government soldiers with just a single knife. He'd throw the enemy off guard with the innocent frankness of a young boy. Then he'd prey on them with the cold cruelty of a hunter. He spoke a little German, so his enemies called him Frank Jaeger, the Frank Hunter.
Frank Jaeger. My name.
Don't do this. The strong arms, allies who will help you, are somewhere else.
No. I am the perfect soldier. Where I exist, there are no other soldiers. So I don't need a name. I am Null. And when you're dead, I can go back to being Null. I remember now, Big Boss. Even then, you were the one who stopped me. I was raised by adults to be a tool of war, but you defeated me, watched over me.
I'm sorry. I thought you'd have been safe at the rehab facility. I had no idea they'd subject you to this. It had to be the philosophers.
It's okay, Big Boss. You're always there to save me. You helped me fill the void inside.
Let's get going. It's time to blow this place.
This is HQ.
Requesting backup.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
the enemy! The enemy! The enemy's here! What happened? Who's that? HQ!
This is HQ.
Control. Enemy sight. Requesting backup.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
Here! It's the enemy! HQ!
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. We've lost sight of the enemy. Commence alert formation!
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby.
What happened? Huh? Just my imagination. Who's that? The enemy's here!
This is HQ.
Enemy sight! Commencing attack!
Acknowledged. Eliminate all enemies.
The enemy! The enemy's here!
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. We've lost sight of the enemy. Commence alert formation!
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby.
Who's that?
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. Enemy sighted! Commencing attack!
Acknowledged. Eliminate all enemies.
HQ!
This is HQ.
What's that?
What's going on out there?
Enemy sighted! Commencing attack!
Acknowledged. Eliminate all enemies. We can't spare any reinforcements. You'll have to make do.
Cunningham.
Glad you can make it, Snake. To be honest, I'm a bit surprised. You've come much further than I'd expected. He was right about you.
He?
But that no longer matters. You've got no reason left to fight. Your mission is over, Snake.
A mission? What are you talking about, Cunningham?
All right then, Snake. I'll explain it to you. I don't answer to Gene.
What?
The CIA may control Fox, but I don't answer to them either. My employer is the U.S. Department of Defense.
What do you mean?
Everything you've seen so far. Surely you know the CIA and the Pentagon aren't on the best of terms.
You're talking about a fight over budget?
No, not that. The Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961. The covert ops in North Vietnam. The influence of the CIA in America's military affairs grows with each passing year. The Pentagon brass started to feel threatened. And then they found out about the Metal Gear project. They enlisted Gene, Fox Unit's commanding officer, and had him steal it before it could be handed over to the Russians. What do you think would happen if Gene were to launch Metal Gear into the Soviet Union? The CIA'd lose face, and the military's influence would immediately start to soar.
You were trying to get Gene to use the nukes on purpose? Are you out of your mind? You'd start an all-out nuclear war.
Wrong again, Snake. Gene is just a renegade. And the Russians are the ones who built this base. The fundamental design for Metal Gear and the nukes it carries are Russian-made. And you blame Washington? Besides, there'll be no evidence left behind anyway. See this, Snake?
A Davy Crockett.
Exactly. A miniature nuclear warhead. But this one is Soviet-made. After Gene launches Metal Gear, I'll obliterate this base. Not a single blade of grass will be left behind.
What are you going to do with the other soldiers?
Those Red Army rebels? What do you care? They're our enemies! But you're different, Snake. You carried out your mission well. You followed the script he and the Pentagon wrote for you to the letter.
Script?
Do you want to know the real reason you were sent here? Because we knew you'd throw a wrench into Gene's plans. We needed someone to sneak into enemy territory alone, recruit the rebels to his side, and leave Gene with no choice but to launch Metal Gear. The only soldier who could pull it off was you, the legendary hero, Big Boss. And sure enough, that's just what you've done. Now you've done quite enough. We still need Gene to launch Metal Gear. It's part of the Pentagon's plan. And we can't have you disrupting that, too. There's a heliport on top of this base. Get on the chopper, Snake. Once Metal Gear has been launched as planned, we'll take you back to the States. After this place is nothing but cinders, you'll be a hero once again. It won't be the CIA congratulating you, but you'll get over it. What do you think you're doing, Snake? Are you still blinded by your loyalty to the CIA? What has the CIA ever done for us in Fox? They sent us on the most brutal missions, and when I came back wounded, they shuffled me to a desk job. They did the same to you, too. They cast your mentor, the mother of our special forces, out into a foreign land and left her there to die. Don't tell me you're doing it for the Russian soldiers here. Pathetic fool. Go to the heliport, Snake. I'm not letting you through. Go back.
I can't let you use Metal Gear. I'm doing this out of loyalty to myself. I'm not gonna live my life the way the boss did.
Have it your way. Now you're a real traitor. Why, Snake? If you'd just gone home to America, you and I would have been given the highest honors a soldier can achieve. And now, look what you've done. But I'm not gonna die alone. I'm taking you with me!
Cunningham, no!
Nice of you to join us, Snake.
These are the Metal Gear engineers. You killed them.
No, they killed themselves. They all despaired of their crimes and decided to die.
Crimes? You mean the fact that this is all a Pentagon conspiracy?
Conspiracy? I see. Cunningham must have spilled his guts. The poor fool. He died never realizing he was only a puppet after all.
Aren't you the puppet, Gene? The Pentagon was trying to get rid of the CIA.
Wrong. I've known everything from the very start. The Pentagon's plans, that Cunningham would betray me. Everything. I simply used it to my own advantage, for my real plan.
Real plan?
I won't be launching Metal Gear into the Soviet Union.
What?
The Pentagon must have been prepared for the possibility that Cunningham might fail to erase the evidence. They're probably in negotiations with the Red Army as we speak. Even if I launched Metal Gear into Russia now, it wouldn't trigger a war.
If Russia isn't the target, then what is?
Virginia, USA. The CIA headquarters at Langley and the Pentagon. The philosopher's twin lairs will be obliterated.
You're launching a nuclear strike against America? But if you do that...
Chaos will be created on an unprecedented scale. Worst case scenario, America ceases to exist as a nation. The existing world order crumbles. And Russia won't escape unscathed either. Metal Gear will have been launched from a Soviet nuclear missile base. Under a storm of international criticism, the Warsaw Pact will lose its sway over the Third World. It may even face armed conflict with NATO.
Why? Why would you do that?
To free the world from the philosopher's control, I'll create a new global balance of power of my own design. My goal of building a new nation of mercenaries with only the most capable soldiers is real. But this peninsula is not the right place for it. Our nation will be an organization of shadows, without shape or form. We will lurk deep underground and intervene in conflicts all over the world. History will be ours to control. I will accomplish what the hollow shell of the philosophers could not, with a superior breed of soldier. This organization will be the true peninsula of the dead. I call it Army's Heaven.
Army's Heaven?
I will not allow the world to be a playground for abstract national interest and petty political gambits. I will use superior force of arms to achieve superior force of will. Thus, I will make the world whole again. For I am the successor, and this is my calling.
You're nothing but a dictator.
What?
You use fear to keep your soldiers in line. You use words to deceive your allies. You exploit those who look up to you as a mentor, and then you throw them away. The country you're building is no heaven for soldiers. The place they're looking for is outside your heaven.
Open your eyes, Snake. This is our calling. It's all part of a greater mission. Compared to this calling, the individual wills of individual soldiers are meaningless. Those who have no calling must be given one by those who do. They must follow the teachings of those with a greater will.
I suppose Who's that to be you?
It is my calling, and I will bestow it upon others. The countless masses with no wills of their own must devote their lives to a higher cause. They must give up their trivial lives, their petty contentment. They must sacrifice all their energies to the cause, pour their feeble lives into it, as the boss once did.
You're full of yourself, Gene. You're not worthy to speak of the boss.
So, you never knew.
What are you talking about?
6 years ago, during Operation Snake Eater, Volgan launched an American nuclear missile at Sokolov's research lab. This caused a change in plans, and the US government had to assassinate its own operative, the boss, to prove its innocence. And you were the assassin, Snake. Do you really think Volgan committed that terrible crime of his own will?
What?
It was all a setup from the very beginning. Volgan launching the nuke, the boss's death, even your mission in Groznygrad, Snake. It was all the work of your country, and a single deviously cunning strategist.
You're saying it was all a setup? By who?
The boss gave up her life, even if someone else willed it. She sacrificed her own life for her calling. It was a noble act.
Answer me! Who set it up?
You don't need to know the answer. Snake, the only thing you need is a calling. Your country can't save you. Neither can your old teacher, nor your so-called friends. Join me, Jack. I will give you your calling.
I'll find my own. You and your phony ideals can go to hell.
You are a soldier after all. It seems we'll never see eye to eye. Well then, the time for talk is over, Snake.
Stop!
You're too late. All preparations for Metal Gear's launch are complete. What the? Who? Ursula! Stay out of my way, Ursula!
Nuclear warheads must never be used. They are terrible weapons. Everything dies. People, animals, trees, the earth. Even today, they suffer still. I know their pain, their suffering, their cries, their hatred.
Ursula? Or is it Elisa?
You read my thoughts, Ursula. I let down my mental defenses thinking you were dead, but it's no use. You can read my mind, but you can't keep up with my body.
Elisa!
I'll have to find another way.
Gene, stop.
Snake, they've already input the trajectory for Metal Gear. There's a backup launch control in a nearby room. Gene is going to use it. Stop him.
I will. Don't try to talk.
Don't worry. I'm okay. Snake. Oh, Snake. Everything is clear now. The futures we saw were one and the same. Snake, you will destroy Metal Gear. And you will create a new Metal Gear in its place. Your children, les enfants terribles. Snake, your son will bring the world to ruin. Your son will save the world.
What are you trying to say, Elisa? Elisa!
This is the end, Snake. Metal Gear has already entered launch mode. Trajectory calculations and target locations have been set. No one can stop it now. Not even you, should you defeat me. But I know you won't let me go without a fight. And I too have a reason to fight you. To prove who I really am. Let's find out who the true successor is. Snake, let's finish this. What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country? Or loyalty? I don't believe it. A product of the Successor Project. Beaten by a flesh and blood man like you. It seems you are the true successor of the boss. The story about soldier genes. Perhaps it was true after all. You are the true successor.
I don't know what you're babbling about, Gene. How do I stop Metal Gear from launching?
Don't bother. Once the launch countdown has started, there's no way to stop it. Get out of here, Snake. And take this with you.
What's this?
The equipment, personnel, and funds I amassed in secret to build Army's Heaven. All the data is stored on that film. No one else knows about it.
Why are you giving me this?
Because you and I are the same. Someday, you'll be glad you have it. The one who fights and survives must carry on the legacy. Such is our fate. Go, Snake. I've said everything I need to. You are the one who will inherit my genes. You are the true successor. Be loyal to yourself. Go forth and find your own calling.
Gene! Sokolov, do you read me? The countdown for Metal Gear has started. The control panel is locked out and won't respond. How do I stop it?
I can see from here that the control circuit has been locked, but Metal Gear's solid rocket motor does not have a post-ignition fuel control mechanism. Once it goes into launch mode, there is no way to stop it.
I don't care if I have to destroy this whole base, as long as it stops the nuke.
If you can dismantle the Metal Gear unit itself before ignition, you may have a chance.
The Metal Gear unit? You mean that thing that's attached to the missile warhead?
Metal Gear is no mere nuclear missile. It is jettisoned from the booster at 3,000 feet above the target and parachutes down to the ground. After that, it launches its payload of miniature nuclear warheads. By destroying the Metal Gear unit before takeoff, you can prevent a nuclear strike even if you can't prevent the launch. However, the Metal Gear's designers anticipated this, gave it armor thicker than a tank's. And should the rocket itself be damaged, the entire silo could explode!
Looks like I'm about to be burnt to a crisp. But I can't sit here and let the world be destroyed.
Snake!
Damn! It's not working! What are you doing? Those weapons won't do any good! Get out of here before you're caught up in the blast and killed!
You risked your life to save our motherland!
Now it's our turn to defend your country! You've given us a real reason to fight, Big Boss!
All right.
Snake, do you read me? Metal Gear! Metal Gear is on its way! You did it, Snake! You succeeded in destroying Metal Gear! Metal Gear has deviated from its course and is in freefall! Sensors show that the nuclear warhead launch tubes have been shut! Well done, Snake! Snake?
Impressive. I never imagined they'd have a facility like this right underneath the CIA. Back when Fox was around, I wouldn't have been able to sneak down here. I've been sent to meet you, Mr. Director.
And who are you?
My name is Adam. Remember me now? At last, we meet in person.
Adam. The triple spy for the philosophers. So you're Ocelot. You say you're here to meet me?
That's right. We confirmed that Metal Gear entered launch mode. The first wave of nukes should arrive here within 30 minutes.
I'm aware of that. I'm heading for the shelter as soon as I can. But I can't leave these documents here.
Documents? Related to the philosophers?
Yes. A list of members, along with data, locations of portions of the legacy stashed around the world. So long as we have these, even if the United States does perish in an atomic storm, the philosophers will be born again.
Splendid. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
What the hell are you doing? You're not planning to betray the philosophers, are you?
Betray? No, I'm not going to betray them. I'm going to end them. Then we'll take back what you stole from us. We will carry on the spirit of the true patriot.
The true patriot?
It's all part of our plan to make the world she envisioned a reality. And so, I've come for the other half of the legacy.
Snake, I heard they gave you quite a welcome back home.
Campbell, you healing up all right?
Yep, nearly good as new. Can't wait to get out of here, though. That nurse is an unholy terror. It's all your fault for pushing a wounded man too hard.
What about Frank, the child soldier from Mozambique?
He's alive, though he's a mess both mentally and physically. I guess he'll be in the hospital for a while. After that, I don't know. He may never be able to go back to leading a normal life. So I hear they did a cover-up job on Fox's rebellion.
Yeah. They're saying I was sent out to take down a Soviet missile base. That's it.
Can't say I blame them. After all, how do you share the news that the US homeland was facing nuclear attack? Don't beat yourself up over this, Snake. You did your country a great service. You deserve that medal. No one knows that better than you and I.
Yeah.
So what'll you do now, Snake?
I don't know. But I've realized something.
What's that?
I'm not living unless I'm in battle, so I have to find my own reason to fight. I have to pass on what's been handed down to me.
Take care, Snake. We'll meet again someday.
Well, I'll be damned. So it was you who was feeding me information. Yes, the DCI's death should pass as suicide. They'll claim he did it because he felt responsible for the theft of Metal Gear. We can look forward to a major shakeup on the 7th floor at Langley shortly. It looks as if everything is going exactly the way you wanted it. When the DCI saw the trajectory data you supplied and found out he was the target of the nuclear strike, he brought the philosopher's documents right to me. Yes, we should have known Gene was serious about launching those nukes. Seems our insurance policy came in handy after all. He did quite well. And now, I've got the legacy. Is that all part of your script, too? Using him in the Fox unit like that. Only you could have pulled it off. But you won't be using me anymore. Battle data. From the Perfect Soldier. Gene's genome? I see. Intriguing. I'll help you with the project. But on one condition. I want him to join us. Yes, Big Boss. So that we can become the Patriots.